as the coaches, and they're going to walk into the locker room and put 130 on the board and expect each of those guys to get 30 every night, you think he going to miss that? He'll be there Saturday night, my brother. You can put whatever on it. And it's going to be great theater the entire season and in the future watching this big three go to work in the Eastern Conference. Let's see if they can win 2 titles like LeBron's big three in Miami.
We will see about that, but it will start on Saturday. And just like every NBA fan, we're like, we got to see the beard on the Nets. He's the same way. It's like, you know what? I got to see this. I got to get a front row seat to this. You know what I'm going to do? I was out for personal reasons. I'm coming back for personal reasons. And those are that I want to play with James Harden and Kevin Durant. Next.
Before we say goodbye here on a Friday, Brooklyn Nets guard Kyrie Irving has been fined $50,000 for violating the league's health and safety protocols. The violation occurred when he attended a private indoor party last weekend. Irving will forfeit salary for any games he misses due to his 5-day quarantine period, which will allow him to return to team activities tomorrow if he continues to test negative. He is expected to play against the Magic. So, guys, we should potentially see the big three there in Brooklyn for the first time tomorrow. What do you expect, Stephen A.?
I don't know what to expect, to be honest with you. I mean, first of all, it's not what we see now this weekend. It's what we're going to see in the weeks to come. James Harden has been out of shape, so he's got to get himself in shape. And Kyrie Irving has been out for whatever reason, and now he's expected to come back. So James Harden's got to get his body together. Kyrie Irving has to get his mind together. Once that happens, then you see the big three on the court, and then you judge them as the big three. Right now, they're just individuals that are playing together. They're not necessarily a team. The only person that's been a consistent model of a teammate has been Kevin Durant at this particular moment in time. I believe in Harden personally. I know he's been taking a lot of hits and what have you, but he was just trying to get himself out of there, and we understand all of that. He doesn't engage in load management. He gives it to you. In the case of Kyrie Irving, those 5 games, Kyrie Irving in the 72-game season this year, guys, is getting paid $464,000 per game. So him being out or being penalized for these 5 games without pay is going to cost him in excess of $2.3 million. I hope it was worth it for him.
First, let me say, I hope Kyrie's personal life is in order. I hope he's okay. His loved ones are okay. If he's taking personal time and it's costing him millions of dollars, I hope he's okay.
I hope he's okay.
Genuinely. That's number one. Number 2, guys, if these guys can get their egos on the same page, KD, James Harden, and Kyrie can all score at every level. At an elite level, at every level, long range. Harden doesn't shoot the mid-range, but certainly they can score mid-range and in the paint. And then you add Joe Harris, who's a better shooter than any of those guys. Like, that starting 5 is impossible. And I'm just looking forward to watch. I just want to see it. I hope Max, they can get on the same page because I want to see it.
Max, you know what I forgot about? You know what we both forgot to mention? Harden is going back to join Mike D'Antoni, who's Steve Nash's lead assistant. Totally forgot.
That's right.
Totally forgot. Totally forgot. I didn't even think about that until last night. He's back with Mike D'Antoni.
Interesting.
Loved playing for Mike D'Antoni.
They're going to score some points, Stephen A.
They're going to score some points. Nobody's going to stop them from scoring. They're going to score some points.
No question.
They should be the number 1 offense in the NBA easily. Number 1, number 2 easily.
Is looking into Kyrie Irving.
He has missed the Nets' last 3 games due to personal reasons. He is not expected back with the Nets at any point this week.
They're reviewing videos that are circulating on social media of Kyrie without a mask at what appears to be a family birthday party and a potential violation of the league's COVID protocols.
If he is found to have violated the league's health and safety protocols, he could be facing an additional amount of quarantine time.
There's not going to be a lot of empathy from the league. The Nets' expectation is Kyrie Irving has to come back and explain to them, to his teammates, to the public, exactly his reasons for going.
If you need time off, then go get it. But right now, it's just a bad look.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, time for the latest in the Kyrie Irving soap opera. Let's break it down. Kyrie has been absent for 4 games now, not expected to be back in the lineup through the rest of this week. There was
the going maskless at a family's birthday party. There also was a Zoom call last night. And, we had to bring in Kendrick Perkins to get his thoughts on this whole shebang. But, Stephen A., we're going to start with you here because you had a lot to say earlier on in the show. Do you think Kyrie is worth all of this drama?
I do not. And I'm not talking about him as a talent because I think he's a superstar caliber talent. But Kendrick Perkins, just so you know, because you weren't here at the top of the show, I'm going to reiterate what I said in front of you at the top of the show, KP. I think Kyrie Irving should retire. Retire. Period. You don't want to play basketball. What the hell are you here for? I mean, the bottom line is that you are paid to play the game of basketball. And this is what people is missing, KP and Max. Here's what people are missing. Yeah, you're taking time off. Yeah, you might be docked some pay. But guess what, y'all? If I'm getting paid $33.4 million for this season, right, I might deduce that if I take off the next 5 or 10 games, right, then what that means is that, okay, I might lose some pay, but I'm going to still pocket about $25 million for the rest of the season. So it's almost like a vacation for you because you're taking time off, and even though you ain't getting paid, you can afford it. So it doesn't mean anything to you. You see what I'm saying? So that money that you're guaranteed, at least a chunk of it, is still going to be there for you. Meanwhile, you've said to the Brooklyn Nets, listen, y'all are not a priority. You said to your boy, Kevin Durant, you're not a priority. You said to Steve Nash, a coach you endorsed arriving, you're not a priority. You said to Sean Marks, who gave you 4 years, $141 million, all right? Then you showed up and only played 20 games. Kyrie Irving, until this season began, had not played since February 1st of last year. February 1st. And then he was out, he didn't participate in the bubble. Remember, the season was canceled March. He hurt his shoulder, he was out. So you didn't play since February 1st. You're off until the following December. And somehow, some way, you need time off because you've got personal issues. You have a job. You have teammates that are dependent on you. You got Brooklyn, New York that's starving to see you. You got championship aspirations. Kevin Durant is fresh off of playing, having missed 18 months because of an Achilles tear in the finals. And he comes back a year and a half later, and he giving you 29 a game on 53% shooting, 44% from three-point range. But could use your help because when you're not there, it puts more of the onus on him to replicate things like what he did last night against Denver and closing them out with a 34-point performance.